Right, well, hello the internet, and welcome back to another episode in which I'm fighting my laptop to do this because it's decided to do 1,000,001 updates, which is just fantastic. Thank you for that, Windows. Welcome to an episode in which I believe I am basically just building foliage. Why? Because there are parts of this build that currently look really quite stupid and could really use some leaves or some more texture to actually integrate them into the environment. That sounds like a lot of big words. Basically, I just want things to look cohesive and nice, and I want to actually finish up projects and not get bored of one thing and move on to the other, like most of the front section of the current bit of the harbour town we're meant to be working on. But actually no, I did add a house to it. I have done another bit. Honestly, I'm trying to convince myself that, my building isn't that bad, and I am improving, and it's not all gonna look perfect, but it's fine. I just need to build it and put something down. It's like trying to get yourself to draw things. It's like, oh, I have this nice blank sheet of paper, I don't want to ruin it. You know what I found worked when I was doing stuff for my final major project this year? Take some watercolour paint, slap a line or two across the page, like a wave if you're doing something water related, or I don't know, something, and then draw, because you've already ruined your page. You can't ruin it any further, and if you really don't like it, you just don't talk about it, other than the fact that you have to talk about it in your portfolio and why you don't like it and pick it to pieces. But all of my pieces I did actually like. Why have I just picked up a spool of thread? I have just a lovely spool of white cotton thread, and it's proper cotton thread, so that's completely irrelevant. Now that my laptop has decided to start showing me what I'm actually building, we can talk about this. I started by adding in the nether sprouts again, along with fern, like the little fern bushes, regular Minecraft bushes, and a mixture of grass. I also added in some berry bushes because, one, they're a slightly different shade of green, and two, you get that pop of red that will eventually exist. I just wanted to make it look like this section, doesn't really get walked along. It is right at the edge of effectively a cliff. I also realised that the edge of oh god, words are deceiving me. The edge of that little kind of ridge that the Ghast temple church thingy is sat on, because I decided to use moss at the top, it looks really harsh, and I want it to be like a relatively flat, rock face. So the only solution to that is to take leaves, specifically mangrove leaves, because I adore mangrove leaves, and just make overgrown foliage. Oh, and then this is the bit that I talked about at the end of last episode of having to put the barrier blocks in. I don't think any of the chickens have escaped since, but to be fair, I haven't been paying much attention, so they might have. I also don't remember how many I had of each. But hey, the chickens are the easiest ones to replace at this point because of the fact they do the eggs in the different colours that will give you the chickens that you want. I then went in and actually textured up the wall after having done all of the leaves. I should have really done that first, of putting in tuff to make the darker points, and then just a little bit of andesite to add another texture into the stone. I added some of the pale hanging moss. I also added vines that should hopefully have grown out by now so you can actually see them, just to try and help with some variation in size of things. And then I put some hanging roots. I kind of wish that they weren't the colour that they are. Though saying that, they probably don't belong on stone, they belong on the bottom of rooted dirt, so that's my own fault. Added in some glowberries, because I love glowberries. They're probably one of my favourite things to include in a build, because I do like a little bit of joy and whimsy in my Minecraft world, if I do say so myself. I added in a few more bushes on the other side, added in some azalea leaves to it, just to add, again, a little bit of extra colour. Went in and tried to figure out why the composition looked funky. Couldn't quite work it out, and went, oh well, it will do. Went around and looked at other stuff for a while, added in more clumps of leaves. Again, just trying to conclude this area. Is it raining? No, but it's probably going to rain. I'm meant to be making a list of things today that I'm probably meant to have already done, but the joys of laptops updating, I'm going to try and do it while Minecraft boots up. Because I still have to take thumbnail photos. And then I added a little rabbit hutch. I don't quite know why I did this, but I decided I wanted to. Not that you really ever see it, so it's slightly pointless, and then I decided to add a second. I added some glow lichen onto that well. This is really just going in and adding the finishing details to this section. I don't know if I'm going to build anything else up here, to be honest, so I think maybe this is the conclusion of this section of the project. Wow, that didn't actually take long. That's 2 weeks of videos relating to it. Well done me. Everything else has been going on since the start of the year. I went in, added some more mud, textured it out, made it look like someone had a campfire there at some point. You can hear people outside. My window's open. It's a cold day, and yesterday was so hot I'm trying to cool my room down massively. And before anyone complains about anything, if you're American or I don't know, welcome to British houses. They're designed to keep the heat in, which is really unfortunate with the summers we keep getting. I added in some more kind of final details. Scrolled through to pick things out. Added in some beehives. Beehives are a good decision, I believe. I feel like I forget to add bees in sometimes, but they do add life to the area because all the other animals have to be contained. But a bee, should in theory come back to its hive, and therefore it kind of acts like a center point or its kind of own little pen. And then I just get a little bit of life flying around the place. So I made sure to put in plenty of flowers for them. Added in some more small drip leaf. I love small drip leaf. I don't use it anywhere near as much as I would like to. And then pretty much decided that was this section of the project done. So I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all again next Sunday, I think it is. Goodbye, the internet.